Hi guys, so I started out with this issue of not being able to open my car doors from the inside when I unlock them. So I decided to just replace the door lock actuators, as it seems they've just worn out over time due to its age. So in this video I'm going to show you how to replace your door lock actuators for a Honda Civic 2008 or 8th generation. I have a Civic EX-L Coupe, but this will basically be the same for any 8th generation Honda Civic from 2006 to 2011. I bought a set of door actuators for the driver and passenger side from carparts.com. It works out to save you a couple of bucks by buying as a set. I'll leave a link in the description. It fits this Honda trim as well as others listed on their website, as you can see here. It'll work for 2 doors as well as 4 doors. For example, my car is a 2-door EX-L. So you can see here, this is the driver's side actuator. So starting with the driver's side door, we need to first remove the corner piece for the door panel. Just give it a pull towards you. Make sure it's not pulled at an angle because it will snap. As you see here, it's possible to glue back together though with some super glue, which I had to do. So to remove the door panel, we just need to remove 4 screws. The bottom 2 are visible if you get low enough to see them. Then the top one is behind the handle. It's behind a plastic piece. Just remove that first using a small flathead screwdriver, and then we can remove the screw behind it.
Morning.
Then the last screw is behind this plastic trim for the main door handle. Use the small flathead again to pry it off, then remove the screw here with the lanyard attachment. Now to get the door cover off, we need to pull from the bottom first. I just use the tray at the bottom as a handle. Pull it towards you, you'll hear it click out, and then pull it up and out of the window seating at the top. There's a plug behind the cover. Just press the clip down with your index finger and pull it out. Then you want to push the handle inwards from the inside. Sorry I don't have proper footage of this, but it's easy enough to do. Then feed the handle through the cover. There might be some clips on the handle itself that you might have to push in order to unhook it and feed it through. So now that the handle's through, we can now put the cover to one side. Okay, so now it's time to take some of the weather seal cover off. Be careful not to rip it. Remove the little black grommet in the corner. Then unplug the connector that's attached to the actuator here. And feed it through a gap in the plastic cover. Take some of the cover further down so that we can access the inside properly. Remove this Phillips screw from the actuator And then there's these 3 screws from the side of the door that need removing as well. I just use the same screwdriver. Then we'll need a 10mm wrench to unfasten this screw. This is for the window track. We just need to remove this so that we can loosen it and make it easy on ourselves in a bit. Okay, so looking inside now, we'll need to pull the 2 prongs on the key lock cable here until it clicks to unlock. Now we can pull the actuator housing down. This will slide out from the metal lock rod. You'll need to give it some welly to get it out. By pulling the housing down, it'll also unplug the key lock cable. It'll essentially just unhook itself. As you can see, the key lock cable has just popped out with no problem. Now with the actuator out, we can replace it with the new one. You just need to unclip both handle wires, then unhook from the clips. There may be a cover over the wires. You'll just need to unscrew this to gain access to the wires. Make sure to retain this cover as well so that you can put it on the new one. Then we can hook in the handle wires into the new actuator and clip down. It can be a bit fiddly, this part. Then add the cover that was from the old actuator onto the new one. These actuators that I use, that I bought from carparts.com, they use 10mm Torx screws. It's just the one screw that we need to take out. And then fasten back into the new actuator with the cover attached. So now that we got the new actuator prepped and ready to install back into the door, we need to align the slot with the metal lock rod again and pull up. You need to use some force to pull it up until it clips in. Then we can push in the key lock cable into the actuator. And then pull the prongs back in to lock it to the cable again. Fasten the Phillips head screw here to hold the actuator in place. I used the wrong screw here on the video, sorry about that. Then fasten up the 3 screws from the side. And then use the 10mm hex screw here for the window track, not the Phillips that I use. Now to get the door cover back on, we need to clip the door handle wires to the door so that they're out the way. And feed the connector back through the plastic seal cover. And connect up until you hear it click. Use the little grommet to hold the plastic cover and start to push the plastic cover back onto the adhesive edges. Now bring out the door cover and feed the handle through the hole in the door. Connect the electrical plug between the door and the door cover. Make sure you hear it click. We'll push the rest of the plastic cover onto the adhesive edges. You'll see I just pushed the door handle back into the door cover where that clips in place. Now drop the door cover back in from the top of the window frame where it hooks in. Once it's down, push all around the door cover to click it back into place. Then now we can fasten the 4 screws back in. I'm starting with fastening in the top screw behind the handle. And then after that, just push in the black plastic cover. So yeah, we'll get the screw that's attached with a lanyard to the plastic trim piece. We'll screw this in and then push it in to the door handle. Then fasten the last 2 screws at the bottom. then push in the black corner piece. This clips in place. So awesome, you've done the driver's side door. If that's all you wanted to do, then you're good. If you want to replace the passenger side door, we'll move on to that now. But it's essentially the same. The only difference is going to be that you don't have a key lock cable to plug in, which makes it a little easier to install. This is unless you have key access on the passenger side door as well. So I'm just going to fast forward some of this, seeing as it's a repeat of the driver's side. This is where the Phillips and the hex screws should be, so this is a good example of what it should look like. So the Phillips head is for the actuator and the hex screw is for the window track. Awesome, so we're finished now replacing the actuators on both doors. So I'm just going to do a quick check, make sure we can open it from the inside. And yeah, it did do the job. So now both my doors open from the inside with no issues. These kind of issues do vary between cars. This was a rusty car as well, so like some lubricant would definitely help to like loosen some of the mechanics of the door lock. But anyway, I hope this video helps you guys with being able to open your door from the inside, or at least replace your old actuators. Cool. Well, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you soon.